Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. I hope you enjoyed that little vintage commercial. I will have another one at the end of this video because I am feeling nostalgic today. Very nostalgic and really hurt because I've put off making this video for a little while. And when I said I was putting off making this video, really I was putting off making two videos because I'm making a Toys R Us video for my other channel as well. But Toys R Us is bankrupt. They're going to be closing all their stores and yeah, it's pretty sad. Now, there were two reasons I was especially bummed by this and was in a little bit more denial than usual. The first is that I love Toys R Us, and in the video on my other channel, I will definitely describe those experiences of just being in the toy store and looking around all the toys, some of my favorite memories there. I mean, stores, as much as we mock them for being outdated and online being way more convenient, stores really do have a certain magic that a whole generation of kids are really not gonna understand. And I feel a little sorry for them, and a little bad for them too. However, there was a second reason I was kind of in denial and hoping they'd pull out, is because Toys R Us closing might actually affect entrepreneurs. Seriously, it would. Now, how would that be? Because Toys R Us was not friendly to entrepreneurs. They were up and cozy with the corporations. They were rubbing elbows with like Mattel. You know, what did they have to do with us? Well, last year, Toys R Us announced a new initiative and a big change for their website. They announced that starting this year, they would be opening a seller marketplace. Now, seller marketplace is something that I am honestly surprised more corporations don't have. It has been a key success story for Amazon, and one of the reasons Amazon claims to have everything, because Amazon will stock it. But if they don't, a third-party market seller will have it. Now, would Amazon prefer you buy from them? Of course they would. But you're going to buy it when we're there. If they don't have it, they'd rather have a third-party seller sell it through them and they collect a fee. Now, I think Amazon completely treats the third-party sellers terribly, and they have lost sight on just how valuable those people are to their business. But other companies were starting to realize that this might not be a bad thing. Sears, for example, has a marketplace. Walmart bought Jet, a third-party marketplace, essentially. That's like their version of eBay. And Toys R Us at this point had realized, after getting into the e-commerce game very, very late, and that definitely did not help them in the long run, that, hey, there's a lot of collectors out there who buy toys, and they own all these old toys. What if we were not just the toys of today? What if we were the toys of the past as well? And they were setting up this huge infrastructure for their website to sell vintage toys with the help of third-party merchant sellers. And considering Amazon actually has blocked many sellers from selling toys and takes away the option to sell toys at the very crucial holiday shopping season for those who do, another option that wasn't eBay or Etsy was definitely a great idea. And Toys R Us was going to offer that option, and they would have done it for everything, not only just the toys, but for video games and movies. Can you imagine everyone who could not, for some reason, list a video game of Chrono Trigger on Amazon? All the suspended used video game sellers, hey, they could go to Toys R Us. They would have a new avenue to sell their toys, their games, and maybe even their CDs. Who knows? Toys R Us made a big press announcement, and they said it's going to be big. We are going to actually compete with eBay and Amazon, and we are going to be friendly. We are going to have good terms. they weren't promising like, you know, the moon, like, oh, you're going to get to keep 95% of the sale. It was probably still like 80%, and you still have to pay fees. And if you wanted to have priority placement, you'd have to pay a monthly, you know, same thing like that. But it would have provided another avenue for e-commerce sellers. And I could not wait. I even had my toys waiting to be sold on Toys R Us. Now, it's probably not going to happen, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what the future of Toys R Us's website is, but if they have no stores, it's a foregone conclusion the website's next. I'm hoping at the very least the website survives. Maybe Toys R Us can survive as an online-only retailer, not a physical retailer. It would definitely be nice. And then we maybe still get this, but I think Toys R Us is just planning to liquidate all their operations. I think we've heard the last of them, unless there's like a 11th hour miracle. And it's sad because not only are 70,000 jobs going to get lost, and that's nothing to sneeze at, believe me, but there was a potential competitor to Amazon and third-party sellers who had been stifled by some of these other sites would have a new chance to sell their stuff on another site. And if you sold on the other sites anyway, you could create your own store and sell more stuff. It was something that I was excited about because I do make a lot of money on e-commerce. You don't see it, but I make decent money selling stuff on eBay and Amazon and even Barnes & Noble, believe it or not. And I would have really liked to see what Toys R Us could have done with that, because unlike Barnes & Noble's marketplace, which crashed and burned for some reason that I can't really fathom, to be perfectly honest. I mean, well, they did limit how you sold the books, I guess, but Toys R Us, that people still go to Toys R Us to get stuff. Some people say, when was the last time you went to a Toys R Us? Well, it was Valentine's Day, to be perfectly honest. I want to get Katie a Paddington Bear. Did not buy it online. Needed it that day. And I went to Toys R Us. They had Paddington. Picked it up. $25. And I was happy to spend it. It's a shame what's happening to Toys R Us. It really is. And like I said in my other channel, I'll probably get all gushy about the childhood memories, but for the Aptrepreneur channel, for the one about e-commerce, how it affects you, you almost had another marketplace to put your stuff. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so sad day. Anyway, I am going to leave you with one more Toys R Us commercial. And otherwise, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Flame responsibly. Enjoy the commercial.
I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up,
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
they got the best for so much less.
You'll really flip your lid.
From bikes to trains to video games.
It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz!
I don't want to grow up, cause baby if I did,
I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Once a Toys R Us kid.
always a Toys R Us kid.